So today, I want to talk about my new motorcycle boots. It's always nice to get something new, isn't it? And before I go into anything about these boots and the manufacturer, just first thing to say is that I have no connection to the company, which is called Altberg. I paid for these boots as I did these old ones, and there is no connection at all. So this is stuff that I've bought. This is stuff that I've tested long term. Need a new pair of, all right, maybe don't need a new pair of boots, but I want a pair of boots for a specific reason. And this is the ones I've chosen. Now, before I go into a little bit of a history of my connection with using Altberg boots and the boots themselves that I've bought, just want to tell you a little bit about Altberg very briefly, in that the company's been on the go since, I think, the late 70s, maybe early 80s. It's a UK company. They are based in Richmond in Yorkshire, and that's in England. And they have a factory workshop and factory shop in Richmond itself. So if you're in England or if you're in the UK, you can actually go to the shop. They obviously trade online, and they have a factory in Italy as well. So they have production in Italy, production in Richmond, and they make a wide variety of boots. The history of the company is that there used to be some really huge boot and shoe manufacturing going on in Richmond up until around about the 70s. Maybe early 80s, I just can't quite remember now, but certainly the 70s in the UK saw a lot of UK production cease. A lot of the mills shut. Things like boot production, shoe production closed or was coming towards the end, and a lot of production was sent abroad. So the big big shoe and boot manufacturing company in Richmond shut down. And the owner of this Altberg worked for that company and decided to set his own business up, which became Altberg. And actually, that's a picture of him on the front of the box. This is the box that you get your boots in. Now, they make a wide range of things, from motorcycle boots, walking shoes, and military boots. It's quite a diverse range. You'd want to go online to have a look, and I'll put the link in the information section. The police in the UK, a lot of police forces adopted Altberg motorcycle boots for their police motorcycle riders. So they've had a connection with the police going over decades now. The military boots, you get a lot of guys in the military who want a better quality boot than the military would provide, certainly going back into the 80s, 90s, 2000s, but I think still the same now. And there is a big army camp near Richmond. It's the biggest. It's one of the biggest anyway in the UK, maybe the biggest, the second biggest. And they sell a huge amount of military boots to military personnel. They started off making walking boots, and they still make a wide range of walking boots and shoes. Very, very good quality. The sizes are there's a big range of sizes to be had for everything that they do, both in terms of foot size and widths. And if you can't quite find what you need because you've got a peculiar foot, they'll bespoke a set of boots, whether it's motorcycle, military, or walking boots, to fit you exactly, if you're that diverse with your feet. Obviously, you pay a price for whatever the job is that they have to do. These boots that I bought cost me just short of £230. I think it was just short of 230. But there's different boots you can buy. I'll show you these in a moment, and I'll explain the reason why I bought these. But if you look on the information section, you'll find the link. There's a wide range of different types of riding boots. They don't make off-road boots with all the protection, the trail boots. So I'll show you these boots in a minute, the new ones. But I first want to talk about why I am buying Altberg and how long I've been connected with using Altberg motorcycle boots. So guys, the very first pair of Altberg boots I got was this pair here. And I got them in the late 90s. Yes, you heard me right. The late 1990s. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that how can a boot that looks in such good condition as that be nearly 22-year-old? Well, the reason is that these boots lasted me about 10 years before they were pretty worn out. And at that time, Altberg did a complete refurbishment service on boots, motorcycle boots. And that included complete new welded sole. It included new strengthening points for gear change. It was a refurbishment of the leather, the existing leather, and a complete refurbishment of the interior. So that's how those boots have lasted me 22 years. Now, to be fair, I haven't worn them an awful lot in the last maybe 8 years because I decided to buy another pair of boots from Altberg. And you can see the difference there. The first pair are taller up the calf. And the other thing with the first pair is that these have a waterproof lining, like a Gore-Tex type lining. Whereas these are classed as a summer boot. They have no Gore-Tex type lining and they are a lighter boot, shorter and lighter. And I bought those because I wanted a lighter boot. These are a fairly old chunk of a boot, heavy duty, brilliant for winter, proper winter riding conditions. And these are absolutely bulletproof. Now, I still use them in winter, but not that often. It's only if the conditions are really bad. So these summer boots, these, are now around about 10-year-old? 10-ish anyway. Can't quite remember, but 8 to 10-year-old. These are now worn out. And over the last several years, these are what I've predominantly worn. Now, you can see on the sole that the sole's just about done. There's still a bit of grip there, but it's on its way. And because they've had harder use over the last few years, they're actually starting to wear a bit. Now, Altberg, I don't think do full refurbishments anymore, but they still do with all their range. That's both military, with all their range, that's military, motorcycle and walking. They do still do a resoling service. So any of the boots that you're buying off them currently, they will resole when that sole wears out. And bear in mind, the original ones I had, that's on the new resole. So technically, if they do wear on the bottom, I can get them resoled again. Now, you would say, well, I could just get these resoled. The leather will come up. They look a bit tatty because I've just been wearing them and not cleaned them. But I've decided I want to have a different type of boot, different style of boot for the type of riding, camping and travelling that I do. And that travelling will increase over the next couple of years into long-term travel. So I wanted something that would replace really these lightweight ones and would get nicely worn in over the next 12 months, 18 months prior to some long-term travel. So guys, these boots, we'll have a look at them now. And I haven't had them out of the box. They are exactly, I've had a look, but I haven't had them out. So they're exactly as they were delivered to me. I've had them actually 2 or 3 months now. I just haven't got around to using them. But today's the day. We're going to get them out and I'll be using them in a few days' time. Fingers crossed. Okay, guys, so that's the founder and owner of the business. And Altberg is their name and logo there. Oh, it was established in 1989, so in the late 80s it was established. So this is how it comes. You've got a little bit of a description of the company and its heritage. A lot of information there just about the company and how it was set up and why it was set up. That's a range of motorcycle boots. You can see there from the images. And the ones I've bought are these Hogg boots. So they do Hogg boots and they do travel boots. And then just some more information about the boots. And the Ride magazine obviously rates the Roadrunner boot as best buy. And for general road use, I'd have bought a pair of those. But because I camp a lot and I'm onto trails and I'm onto a little bit of walking as well, actually, when I get somewhere, I decided to go for the ones I've gone for. So you get the little information book. You also get a user guide, so how to look after your boots. Basically how to lace them up. All right, so it tells you a little bit here about the different features of the boots, how to dry the boots, and boot care, how to look after your boots. And this is really important, and this is partly why my boots have lasted as long as they have done. They sell this leader gris, which is actually a water repellent wax oil. And I've been using that for the entire time I've owned Altberg boots. And I do rigorously look after my boots. You wouldn't think so from the summer boots I've just showed you, but that's because I've just been using them a few days ago. But this wax oil is tremendous. And even on those lightweight boots that don't have a waterproof lining, I've never got wet feet with them. They have some little bits of extras that you can get. And then just your terms and conditions. They have a 12-month warranty, but I've found them to be so good to deal with over the years that even out of warranty, I'm sure that if there was a major problem, they'd have a look at them for you. So, the exciting reveal today. Yep, that's my receipt. And yeah, every time you buy a pair of boots, you get a leader grease wax oil with the boots, and you don't have to buy it from them. I actually haven't purchased it from them. As the years have gone by, I just go online and buy it. But it does come with the wax oil. And then this is the boots. I've not had them out yet. I've not tried them on, so I have no idea. Let's get rid of the box. I think that's the best thing we can do. So there we have them. Now, as I've mentioned to you, they're all this leather is really good quality leather. It's European leather, full grain. It's to military spec. So the leather boots are actually, or the leather is military spec leather. They're water repellent. These have a Gore-Tex type lining, which is called Sympatec. So you have a Sympatec lining. And the big difference between the old boots and these are that obviously they lace up. Now, there's a few reasons I've bought these over a traditional pair of motorcycle boots. And lace ups is one, because I want ease of getting in and out of the boots because of the smaller tents that I use. I want to be able to use these for walking as well, and they are lightweight. I mean, they're pretty good. I'll weigh them, and I'll put it in the corner of the screen once I've weighed them. So yeah, so the lace ups make for a more comfortable putting on, taking off, as opposed to the older boots I had. They're more of a walking style boot, so therefore I can use them to walk. And they have a Vibram sole. So these have a sole which you find on many good quality walking boots. And remember, this sole is refurbishable. So when this inevitably wears down, I can just pop them back to Altberg and they'll replace the sole. And I think they replaced the rubber band as well, the waterproof rubber band at the bottom here. So these are classed as their Microlite boots, and they are light. The other boots I've been wearing have been perfectly good for walking around. You can walk around them for hours and they'll be fine. And I've no reason to doubt these won't be the same. This Hogg boot was actually designed by the owner back in the 90s for himself, because he rides motorcycles, or he certainly did then. And he wanted a boot like this, multifunctional boot. So he designed this. And it's been a hot favourite over the decades. It's just taken me 22 years to get to one. So with that lining they've got inside, so let's have a little look. So they have a cross, aren't they, between a military walking and motorcycle boot, these. Yeah, so the lining is just in there, if you can see. So that's a breathable and waterproof lining. Nice features, but this is a quality product. And nice features here is the little logo that they've stitched into the very tongue at the top. It's obviously sealed down as it goes down here, just like a walking boot, really. And the whole idea is it's a lot easier to put on and take off again. So it has a degree of protection with the boot, crash protection. They are designed very, very strongly, and it has a mid-layer which is crush resistant. But they're not, they're not your top of the range motorcycle off-road protected boots. But it's like anything, there's always a compromise. Those sort of boots, they've got the utmost protection. You're not going to be able to walk around in them. And if you're travelling or you're camping, for me, personally, this is a better option. And don't forget, I've been wearing their boots for 22 years. So for me, there's a degree of trust in their products. And these have been around for a long time. Well thought of. So the rubber that's used is oil resistant as well. And as I've mentioned, they cost me, that was late 2021 prices, £230. So let's just have a little walk around the boot so you can see in close detail. Vibram sole. Rubber sealed protection around the bottom. Good quality leather, which is to military grade. And it has a waterproof and breathable lining. And is designed to make life much, much more comfortable when doing a number of things off your bike. So guys, I'm not going to put them on just yet. I'll try them on later, and then I need to actually treat them. Before I use them, I need to treat them with the leader grease, the wax oil. So I really need to give them a good coating of wax oil, and that's the start of the protection over the years with them. Also, I need to just try them on with my bike, the Honda CB500X. It's a fairly compact bike. Everything's sort of compact on it. Brilliant bike, but compact. And because the sole is quite deep in terms of just like a walking boot, stroke military boot, I might have to just adjust the gear lever. It's adjustable, but I might have to just have a play around with that to get that right. But I do intend going off in about 3 days. So I'll get them wax oiled. I'll get the gear lever sorted, and then they should be good to go. So the other thing to mention is that I'll do a long-term review test of these boots, and that could be over a couple of years, to be honest with you. But I will give updates if there's anything to report. And I'll probably give an update in 2 or 3 months' time, just to let you know how the boots are settling into me and me to the boots. But really, I think we need to look at a bit of a longer term review of these to see how they wear and how they fare up in comparison to the original boots that I had. So, in summary, why have I bought these boots? For some of you, these would not be suitable. For some of you, you'd want more armoured crash protection. For some of you, you wouldn't even want boots like that. But for the reasons I've already explained, for me, they are what I want for the camping and for the travelling. I might have got it wrong, who knows? But we'll see over time. So guys, how can I sum up the reason for me, and it's an individual choice, purchasing Altberg boots? 3 words really: trust, quality, comfort. The trust, well, after 22 years of wearing their boots, there is a degree of trust there. Quality, again, having had them so long and they've lasted so well, and the fact that they can be resold is a huge thing for me. And comfort. Now, there will be stronger boots out there, especially off-road boots, enduro-style boots, but you wouldn't walk far in them. And if that's all you're doing, that's fine. But for me, I'm travelling, I'm camping, I'm doing wild camping. I like going off walking, so on occasions I have to take walking shoes. So these boots have proved themselves, at least the boots I've had previously have proved themselves over the decades to be comfortable for walking in. I think these will be exactly the same. They'll be comfortable. Need a bit of wearing in. Everything needs a little bit of wearing in, like a pair of walking boots. So those 3 things point me in the direction of Altberg. And for the travelling, long-term travel that I'll be doing, these Hogg boots, I'm hoping, will be the ones. Now, it's going to be another 12, 18 months before I can do some long-term travel. Circumstances with everything just mean that it's going to be delayed. But that'll give me time to get these boots worn in. And when these boots are worn in, I'll be living out of these boots. So a really long-term test will tell how they perform and whether I still love Altberg at the end of it. Thanks guys for watching. If you want to ask anything, give me a shout. There'll be plenty of information in the information section, and I will give updates once I've worn them a bit, once I've got used to them, once I've worn in a little bit, I'll give you some updates on it. But thanks for watching, and take care out there.